This is insane. One of the top gaming industry analysts is projecting GTA 6 to make $7.6 billion in the first 60 days when it launches next year. Now, how accurate will that be? That is what we're going to take a look at in today's video. So this is from this company called Convoy. Again, they're one of the more notable gaming industry analysts for this sort of stuff. It doesn't mean they're going to be 100% right, but let's read through their analysis on this and why they think GTA 6 will make 7.8 or $6 billion in the first 60 days, which is an insane number, by the way. So obviously one thing that I'm sure plays a part of it is the amount of views on the trailers. Obviously trailer 1 has over 250 million views. The second trailer, I think, recently hit over 100 million, even though it says 90 million here. So there's obviously a huge amount of interest in this game. I mean, it's probably the most anticipated entertainment thing of all time, so I'm sure again that goes into this as well. Now, the basis of this amount that they're going for is that they say GTA 6 will be an $80 game, and of course this is probably going to be debated for the next couple of months until Rockstar actually release the price for the game. Some people in the industry, they say they're hoping it's 100 or maybe even more. Obviously, most of us gamers probably hope it's lower than 80, but this $80 amount seems to be kind of where a lot of people are landing on that GTA 6 is going to cost. And actually, I didn't realize it turned out to be almost exactly this amount, but GTA 5 obviously launched at $60. Inflation adjusted to today is actually $80.96. So if you do want to take the inflation stuff into account, then $80 again seems to be the price a lot of people are predicting this game to be. Now, of course, some other stuff that goes into this amount is the things that they can monetize. They mention things like GTA money, the shark cards, the access to premium stuff like GTA Plus. Hopefully there's not a secondary currency like an RDR online, but obviously if there is, that would be another thing that would add to this amount. And I guess they also took some stuff like Call of Duty and Fortnite into account and how those games make money and how those games are priced. So for GTA 6, these are their predictions. The game will be $80 because they don't need to charge anything more. And since so many other games nowadays are charging 80, Rockstar are probably going to follow suit. Now they are predicting, seasons or battle passes in this game. I don't know. I could see Take-Two and Rockstar doing something like that just because most other games do that. But I don't know if it's just me, but I personally don't want to see this in GTA Online. And then of course they also are accounting for the in-game currency, like, the shark card stuff. And one of the reasons why they are estimating that this game is going to cost $80, not anything higher, is because they're far more likely to make money from the, in-game currency stuff, the GTA Plus subscriptions over the lifetime of the game, which will be, like they say, a decade or more probably. So in a way, they're incentivized to keep the barrier to entry low or lower, I guess, which is why the base price will probably be $80 across all platforms. So here's their predictions. GTA 6 will be the largest gaming release of all time. I don't think that's even a prediction. That's just gonna happen. And that it's going to shatter records of copies sold and revenue generated within almost every period of time. Again, I don't think any of that is controversial. I think that's just going to happen regardless. Also, like we said, the game is going to cost $80. There will also be premium versions, of course, but the base price will be $80. They are predicting that GTA 6 will be the next user-generated content platform, like, things like Fortnite, Roblox, I guess, could even be thrown in here. This one's a bit crazy. I don't really know where this is coming from, but GTA 6 will have 200-person lobbies, and there will be higher risk-reward dynamics where you can raid, steal items from players more easily. I don't know how that would impact the price of a game, but I also think this is a little crazy. I don't think that's going to happen. I think the latest rumor is that the game at the moment is only going to be like 60 players online. So I'm not even sure if we'll get 100 player lobbies when it does release. They also say that GTA 6 will break even on its $2 billion investment less than 30 days after release. And it's interesting how this pretty big industry analyst is again saying that the game cost Rockstar and Take-Two $2 billion to make. I mean, I think this number is still a rumor. I don't think it's been confirmed officially anywhere, but it's interesting to see it pop up again. And then we have the chart we looked at the beginning. And here it is just in a little bit bigger form. So this is the crazy part. They are projecting pre-orders. This is in the 10 million amount. So pre-orders, whenever they go live, there'll be 10 million pre-orders, which will net $800 million, which is actually what GTA 5 made day one. And we'll actually take a look at GTA 5's numbers in a moment. Then on day one, they are projecting that to go from 10 million to 25 million. So an additional 15 million. And then by day three, another additional 10 million. So in the first 3 days, they are projecting GTA 6 to have sold 35 million copies. Where it does get a bit crazy though is after that, because day 7, an additional 5, and then by day 30, so a month later, they're projecting it to have sold an additional 20 million. And then by day 60, so 2 months later, they are projecting this to have sold 85 million copies. In 2 months, 85 million copies. To put that in perspective, GTA 5, if we take a look at this chart, it took them, what is this, like 5 years to hit 80 million copies sold. At the moment, we're at 215 million. And again, the game's been out for 12 years. So they are projecting 5 years of GTA 5 sales in just 2 months for GTA 6. And that is the bulk of this $7.6 billion number, because 85 million times $80, that gives you $6.8 billion. That's what that is. They do also account for, again, the subscription service, the GTA Plus. They are projecting, 20% of people buy it for 180 million additional revenue. I think this IAP is for like shark card stuff. And that would be another 680 million. So obviously adding that up, that's how you get the $7.6 billion amount. And of course, if the numbers are even close to this, this is nuts. Because if we take a look at some of the other entertainment products and how much money they've sold, GTA 5, now I think this is a little old, so I think this number has gone up a bit, but not too long ago, GTA 5 had only sold 7.7 billion. So they're basically saying that GTA 6 will make almost all of what GTA 5 had made in the first 2 months. If you want to compare it to movies, the highest grossing movie of all time is Avatar at 2.9 billion. So of course, 7.6 billion shatters that number. Music, the highest album, is 1.6 billion. So like, and it just keeps going lower and lower. So as we're seeing, if GTA 6 ends up making $7.6 billion, like that's an insane number in 60 days. Now, how realistic is this? Because again, like I showed, these first handful of days, I think that is very, very realistic. This is another chart of GTA 5's sales. This is worldwide from 2013 to 2020. In that first year, it actually sold 32.5 million copies. And this was back in 2013. And of course, today, gaming has gotten way, way larger compared to this 2013 year when GTA 5 was released. So is it crazy to say that nowadays, 12, 13 years later, that this 32 million amount will almost triple? I don't know. I don't think that's that crazy to think. Because again, going back to the trailer, there's just way more hype and anticipation for this GTA 6 game compared to GTA 5. I mean, trailer 2 in only a month had surpassed the GTA 5 trailer in 13 years. And also trailer 1 is still over like 250 million views. So there is just way more people wanting to play this game in 2025. Now, one of the interesting things that I did want to look at is actually the consoles sold, because of course GTA 6 is only releasing on the Xbox Series X and the PS5 at launch, at least. So as we can see, the Xbox 360, this was back in 2013, it had 80 million systems sold. Actually, the same thing was for the PS3. It also in 2013 had 80 million units sold. If we do compare that to the Xbox Series X and the PS5, the PS5 is on a similar path. As of March of this year, the PS5 had sold approximately 75 million units. Presumably that'll go up to about 80 million, maybe higher once GTA 6 releases. The Xbox, on the other hand, man, they have fallen off. The Xbox Series X, now this was last year, so I'm sure this number's gone up a bit, but they had only sold 32 or 33 million units. So maybe if you give them the benefit of the doubt, you know, they'll be at like 40, maybe 50 million units by the time GTA 6 comes out. So not even close to the 80 million that the Xbox 360 had back in the day. So this is the only thing that makes this number here, this 85 million copies sold number, a bit too optimistic, perhaps. This would require almost everyone on the PlayStation 5 and most people on the Xbox to buy the game to have it hit this amount, which is possible. Don't get me wrong, but there were just way more people who had an Xbox 360 and PS3 back in the day compared to the consoles nowadays. Nowadays, a lot of people are on PC, and of course, the game isn't launching on PC at the start. So we'll see how that goes. And then the final thing these Convoy people had to say was that GTA 6 will be the greatest video game release of all time, shattering player viewership and revenue records. They believe they will charge $80 for the game and monetize users further via the in-game purchases and seasonal subscriptions. Their $2 billion investment into this game, they will break even on that within 30 days of release. And that looking ahead to GTA 6, there will be a lot to be excited about. The user-generated content elements, an internal stock market. I don't know. I think they're just being a little optimistic on some of the stuff. The in-world social media, of course, we've seen that looks cool. The enhanced graphics, storyline, and likely one of the greatest massively online multiplayers the world has ever seen. So I guess let us know in the comments, how realistic do you think this $7.6 billion amount is? Me personally, I think it'll hit 5 billion and probably over 5 billion in the first 2 months. I don't know if it'll hit the 7.6 billion. But then again, there are so many people. I think anyone who games is excited for this game, so maybe it will, which is just an absurd thing to say. But that is going to go ahead and do it for today's GTA 6 video. Thank you guys for watching. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy, subscribe for more GTA 6 content, and as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.